How's it going, everybody? Welcome to the first ever episode of the Off the Bench podcast, which is brought to you here in the production studio in the top floor of the library at SUNY Cobleskill. I am Stephen Fay, and I am joined by
Ryley Guzzello, and it's good to be here for our first ever episode.
Yeah, we've been wanting to do this for about 3 years now, and we finally have the opportunity to do it. So without further ado, we're just going to get right into school sports. So, unfortunately today, women's golf was rained out at the Utica College Fall Invitational. What a shame, you know. I would have liked to see golf. I like golf.
I enjoy golf. I think the school is starting to get more into the golf program. I feel like year and year after I see on the website and everything, everyone's talking about the golf team, the men's and women's.
I honestly didn't even know we had a golf team, which is, I guess that's on me. But,
yeah. There's a nice golf course down the road.
Oh, yeah, across from Walmart.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is nice. Yeah. Women's volleyball, they swept Cazenovia this weekend, and 3-0 in league play, which is important. Those are big wins.
That's a big win for the team, definitely.
The big win for the team.
Definitely.
The men's cross country team placed 9th at the 40th annual Mike Woods Invitational. I'm unclear on how many schools were there, but I assume 9 is okay. I'm pretty sure a lot of schools show up to cross country events though.
I think our school is good at cross country and track. Like they have good coaching, and our professor Brad Victor used to coach it for like 16, 17 years.
I like Brad. He's a nice guy.
He's a great professor. And
then to finish off school sports that happened this weekend, we have men's soccer. Heartbreaking 6-0 loss on Saturday against SUNY Polytechnic.
I hit the pitch again this week.
Yeah.
Practice, hit the pitch.
Got to
get back into the win column.
Got to get that goalie some practice.
Yeah, it's got to get some goals.
No offense, but
toughen up the defense.
Just saying. Toughen up the defense, man.
Yeah, definitely.
All right, so now we're going to move into probably the most relevant sport as of right now. We're going to move into football, the NFL. Some crazy stuff happened this weekend, I will say.
Yeah, definitely.
Some crazy games.
Definitely. We can start off with Thursday. The Bengals defeated the Jaguars 24-21. In a game, the Bengals didn't lead until the last second field goal. The Jaguars are a mess. Absolute mess.
Yeah.
Haven't won in 0-4 this year. They got 17, 18 game losing streak from last year. Brought in Trevor Lawrence. Brought in Urban Meyer. Urban Meyer is a mess in his own case. It's controversy over the weekend. He was at a bar on Sunday during football, and he's with a younger girl who was definitely not his wife, and she was very flirty with him, and he did not stop it.
Yeah, I watched the video approximately 20 minutes before we started doing this. Yeah, it's not a good look. It's definitely not a good look.
No, the Jaguars are a full mess. They finally used James Robinson this week, though. He had 2 touchdowns, 78 rushing yards. The first 3 weeks, he was very quiet, and the Jaguars really did a lot of passing the first 3 weeks with Lawrence.
Yeah, he's Trevor Lawrence not looking so hot this year.
I just think it's everything together, coaching, and just none of the rookie quarterbacks doing good this year.
I mean, didn't he have the one thing where he said it's like playing Alabama every weekend?
Yeah, Urban said that.
Come on, dude, it's the NFL.
Right after USC football let go of the coach 2 weeks ago, immediately Urban Meyer was connected to coaching. And Urban Meyer said, "Oh, I'm not leaving this team, not abandoning it." But it really says something if a top college football team loses its coach, and the first NFL coach is Urban Meyer, right after 3 weeks of coming back to NFL.
Yeah, he probably should. He should probably go back to college.
Yeah, he should, but he's not gonna jump the boat this year. It may be in the off season, but he's not gonna leave in the middle of the year. But we have to give credit to the Bengals though. Joe Burrow's looking really good coming off the ACL tear, and they're 3-1 on the season after defeating Pittsburgh last week.
He's not playing scared. Like, he doesn't look like he...
No, he's not.
He doesn't look like his leg injury affects his, mental at all. He doesn't... He's just out there. He does have that... What was it? The Bears last weekend where he threw 3 straight interceptions.
Yeah, a couple weeks ago.
Yeah.
That was crazy.
But...
No, it's the O-line with the Bengals that's always a concern the past few years. That's why he tore his ACL last year, because the pocket's collapsing very quickly on him, and he can't do anything about it.
Yeah, Jamar Chase looks good, too.
Yeah, after his horrible preseason where he didn't catch one ball.
Hey, he looks good now.
No, the Bengals look good. The offense looks good. Bengals defense has always been good. And I think that the Bengals will have a good year. I see that. I see Joe Burrow having comeback player of the year.
Comeback player of the year. That's not a bad award for a pretty gruesome injury.
Oh, yeah,
Just
definitely.
looked like the Kevin Ware injury. Remember that guy?
Yeah, Louisville.
On Louisville?
Yeah.
His bone popped out of his...
Or Alex Smith 2 years ago.
Ugh.
And he came back.
Anyway, what do you got next?
The Bills defeated the Texans in a close one, 40-0. Josh Allen did Josh Allen things. Stephon Diggs actually had a good week. He's been very quiet the first 3 weeks, and he finally had over 100 yards.
I don't even know what
the Texans are a mess. Watson, David Mills started. It was pouring rain in Buffalo, and the Texans just aren't good.
They should just disband and they just become They should just disband and become like the Seattle Supersonics of the NFL.
Yeah, I mean the Texans just aren't.
They
need to trade Watson. I see every week I see Watson to the Eagles, Watson to the Dolphins, and they're not gonna pull the trigger yet.
Why would he go to the Eagles?
They don't the Eagles are done with Hurts apparently.
It's been like 3 games
Last year.
All right, whatever.
Also, I would rather have Deshaun Watson than Jalen Hurts.
True, but his controversy stuff.
Yeah, they got to see what happens with that. They got to see if we clear him or if he's guilty or anything.
It's a little risky.
No, the Texans just aren't. And the Bills, the first 2 weeks didn't look crazy like they did last year. Now they're starting to slowly pick it up.
Yeah, it's like they were still in like preseason mode.
Yeah, no. Josh Allen the first couple weeks was playing like he did during his rookie season. He was scared, not confident, and now he's slowly getting back to normal. And the Bills are just starting to roll. And I easily seen the Bills win the division by a few games.
Oh yeah, I mean they don't have the Patriots to go against. So
that's definitely the Bills are a team to be reckoned with. I think they're definitely an AFC contender.
Speaking of the Patriots, Tom Brady, that was a big win.
Yeah, it
was like a statement win.
Yeah, Brady didn't play good though.
No,
he played horrible. Again,
I think he had like 11 fantasy points.
Yeah, he did not play well. That was a very Belichick game on the defensive side, and it came down to Nick Folk missing the 56-yarder off the upright again.
Yeah,
it was. I mean, I thought the ceremony was good. Brady passed Breeze for the passing record with Breeze there, which I thought was cool. And no, the Buccaneers didn't really look. No. Mac Jones looked good.
It was a pretty like sloppy game, to be honest.
Oh yeah, definitely. Mac Jones looked good though. I think this is one of his best games. He was basically toe to toe with Brady the entire game. It came down to a field goal.
Yeah, he's got some He's got some promise in him, you know.
Yeah, Belichick coaching him.
Oh yeah, he's the best coach ever. So
yeah. All right, if we stick with the AFC East, the Dolphins lost again. Jacoby Brissett started for them, and it just didn't go as playing against the Colts.
No. Then Jacoby Brissett played for the Colts at one point, didn't he?
He played for Colts, played for Patriots.
Yeah.
He's been everywhere, but no, Tua's out for at least a month, and the Dolphins aren't even set on Tua. I'm not even set on Tua. I like Tua in Alabama. NFL, I feel like they gave up on him very early last year, and it really stuck with him mentally. The first couple games he looked good, and then the injury happened, and now he's out for a month. And the Dolphins, the defense just can't carry them without a quarterback.
Yeah, it's unfortunate. You know, it's like, and plus he doesn't really help when he has the nickname Tua turn the ball over.
Yeah, definitely.
It's not.
I'd say they gave up on him after like a year, which is kind of crazy for being such a high draft pick.
Maybe it could be like a case of maybe he should just be like another position. Maybe he should be like a wide receiver or like.
I don't think he did
something.
Because of his injury pass with the hip, I don't think he's gonna switch
guess
positions.
Yeah, that makes sense. Okay, yeah, that's true.
I mean, the Colts looked good. They needed a win. They finally got a win. Wentz started. Wentz has been very injury prone already this season with his ankles against the Rams. Aaron Donald kind of destroyed him on that front last week, and
I think Aaron Donald would destroy anyone's ankles. To be honest, that
definitely.
Dude is.
But Wentz is very fragile.
That dude's huge.
Wentz is literally made out of glass. And Jonathan Taylor finally had a good week, over 100 rushing yards after a few weeks. The first few weeks he was not doing as good as he was supposed to, averaging like 50, 60 yards a game. He also had a receiving touchdown, which was good. The only, I guess, highlight for the Dolphins this week was Devontae Parker at 77 yards receiving.
One highlight. That's it.
I mean, really, the Dolphins really, it was not a very good football game.
No, definitely not.
And we stay in the AFC East. The last one, the Jets finally got their first win.
I know. My brother was extremely happy. Well, he wasn't extremely happy, but it's good to see Zach Wilson finally get a win.
Yeah, even though the Titans didn't have 2 of their main receivers.
Oh, yeah, that's true. Yeah, they didn't have A.J. Brown and
Julio Jones.
Yeah, Julio Jones. I forgot they signed him.
Yeah. But Derrick Henry did as much as he could, 157 rushing yards with 1 receiving touchdown. But the Jets, Zach Wilson didn't look that bad. He made a few throws that were very questionable.
He's made a lot of throws that are questionable.
But I think this was his
year.
best week so far. I mean, a big win at home. The Titans they're a Super Bowl contender when healthy. And it was the first win for Coach Robert Saleh in NFL. And it was the first win for young Zach Wilson.
Did you know that dude's still living in a hotel?
Saleh?
Yeah.
Yeah, I heard
He's
about
still
that.
in a hotel.
Nick's going to be fired.
He can't even get a house.
The Jets are not going to win 3 games this year.
They might. I mean, they looked okay.
They showed promise this game.
It's a bad loss for the Titans.
No, yeah, Titans, and it was just the Jets. Towards the end of the game, the Titans kept driving down the field. The Jets couldn't stop them on 4th and 10, 4th and 5. They just trying to give them the game in the sense.
For a team that was a Super Bowl contender last year, that's a pretty bad loss. I would say.
And it was looking like Zach Wilson and Corey Davis was a new duo for the Jets. Corey Davis had 4 receptions, 111 yards, and a touchdown. So it's looking Zach Wilson has his new favorite target.
His new favorite target.
It's
okay.
true.
All right. I guess we'll see next week.
Yeah. I don't see the Jets winning more than 3 games this year.
Yeah, you never know. They could just go on some crazy run where Zach Wilson just turns it on and he's the best quarterback to ever exist, which is not going to happen. But
it could. It's not going to, but it could.
You never know.
I think Zach Wilson out of all the rookie quarterbacks this year is going to take the longest to develop. I think he'll be good, but I think he'll take the longest.
Some of the memes I've seen of him, I mean, come on. He looks like he's still in high school.
He's on the Jets.
I saw there was a meme of him I think it was him signing his contract, and they took the contract out and they made him, it was like him on like the cover of a SAT study book or something, and he was just had like that cheesy smile
he looks 17. He looks 17.
Even
when he's on the bench, his helmet's off, he looks 17.
Yeah.
Even at BYU, he looked really young.
He doesn't look like he should be playing professional football.
No, he doesn't. He definitely has a skill set though to compete in the league. He has to develop it. And the Jets, the only thing I like about that, I like Robert Saleh. I didn't like him on the 49ers, so I'm a Rams fan. But I think he's going to be a good head coach, and I think he'll develop Zach Wilson over the next few years.
Yeah, only time will tell, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, what else?
Let's see. The Browns played the Vikings this week. The Browns won 14-7. It was supposed to be an offensive powerhouse over the weekend and turned into 21 points total. Kareem Hunt had 1 receiving touchdown, the rest for 69 yards. The other part of the Browns running game, Nick Chubb had 100 rushing yards. And it was just a very defensive game. That was supposed to be an offensive blowout. Not blowout. Offensive back and forth.
Yeah, I mean that's 2 teams that have pretty good offenses.
Yeah, Dalvin Cook played too, which there was a little uncertainty going into the game if he was going to play or Madison was going to go in. Madison also a very good running back for the Vikings. If he was on the Vikings behind Dalvin Cook, he'd be starting on 25 different teams. He is very good. Last year, last game, he had over 100 yards against the Seahawks.
Yeah, that's. Seahawks are like the worst defense in the NFL, right?
No, Seahawks have a good defense. But not good as in like great, but like it's average. I think that the Vikings are not going to go anywhere this year. I don't know. I just don't like Kirk Cousins.
Yeah, they gotta throw in what's his face, Kellen Mond, right? That's his name.
Yeah, Kellen Mond.
Mond.
Nothing personally against Kirk Cousins. I think he's a great guy. I think he's a terrific guy. I would shake his hand if I ever met him.
You've met him?
I just don't think he's a good fit for the Vikings. I think he's a great person. He's a great dad.
Why?
He hasn't done anything. I don't know. Something about Kirk Cousins that just
he hasn't really done anything anywhere.
He was around Washington. He led into the playoffs a couple times. Didn't go far. But I don't know. Nothing personal against Kirk Cousins, if Kirk Cousins is watching this. But
I doubt it. But if you are Kirk, don't.
I don't like you as a quarterback, Kirk.
If you're watching Kirk, don't be offended.
I don't like you. Just as simple as that. I don't like you, Kirk Cousins.
Jeez.
I like Baker Mayfield. I think Baker Mayfield had a decent game. Again, it wasn't really anything to talk about for this game.
Yeah, I think we can just move on from that game. 14-7. Who cares?
Yeah. Next game was the Bears defeating the Lions 24-14 at Soldier Field. Ooh. Justin Fields started. And I think the one thing I took away from this game is that the Lions just are so bad.
Are bad.
Very bad. Last week's fiasco, Tucker hitting the 66-yard field goal. I mean, I like Goff. I still like Jared Goff.
Yeah, because you're biased because you're a Rams fan.
I mean, I'm not.
But he stinks.
I'm not biased.
But he stinks.
The Lions are a bad team. I like their coach. I like Campbell. He's a crazy man. He's a psycho.
I don't know why they don't just give the ball to DeAndre Swift
He's been bad in
every play and just let him just do everything.
They like Jamal Williams. That's why, for some odd reason. Because I've Swift in fantasy. They don't really give him the ball that much. Because they want to make him healthy, and every week he's questionable too.
DeAndre Swift is good.
He's very good.
He's very good.
The Lions have the weapons too. DeAndre Swift, you got Hawkinson.
I know, and
Goff's not a bad quarterback.
I think Hawkinson's like pretty young too. I don't think he's that old.
Yeah, no, Hawkinson's only been around 3-4 years.
The only problem is tight ends don't get a ton of looks.
No, unless you're George Kittle or Travis Kelce.
Yeah,
that's it.
I mean, those are big guys. Well, George Kittle's not that big.
No,
I mean he's big. I mean he's bigger than me.
Hawkinson's definitely top 5 tight end in the league right now.
Yeah,
but on the Bears side, Fields started. He looked good. David Montgomery, he got injured, but he did have 2 touchdowns for 106 yards.
I was pissed. You have no idea because he's the only reason I won this weekend in fantasy. And when I saw they had the Q and then he had the O, I was pissed. I was really pissed.
Yeah, no, I watched some of this game because I think Justin Fields would be the best quarterback out of this class. So I like watching him play when he plays because him and Matt Nagy have a really weird relationship. Nagy said this morning that if Dalton's healthy next week, Dalton's going to start. For whatever reason, Matt Nagy just hates the Bears fans, hates the organization. For whatever reason, it's a personal thing with Matt Nagy. I think it's a mistake. Andy Dalton's Andy Dalton. Right rifle. Great guy again. I think he's an average quarterback. I just think they should give it to Fields to give Fields a chance. And this week, I think it was against the Lions, but I think he has something to prove.
Like they literally have nothing to lose by playing their
the issue is
21-year-old
quarterback.
It's
too early in the season.
But they're not going anywhere. So what does it? It doesn't
they can go
matter.
on a run. Also, Matt Nagy said Nick Foles might start for some odd reason. I always
Super Bowl
forget.
hero.
And he was
Super Bowl hero, man.
He did win a Super Bowl.
Yeah.
I always forget the Bears have Nick Foles. Bears have 3 average quarterbacks on the team and still can't play anything together. I personally think Matt Nagy has something against the Bears organization, because there's no way that he is so high on Andy Dalton. He's the only coach. I don't know why. He's the only coach. The Cowboys got rid of him after a year. He signed with the Bears. He got booed at practice during the preseason, and Fields told all the fans to stop because he thought it wasn't fair, which was very nice of Justin. I saw a video yesterday of Fields leaving the stadium, and he was giving money to some kids for chocolate or something in his car. It really made me happy. So he pulled out this purse. I don't know if it was a man purse. It was like black. It looked like a purse. So I don't know if it was his purse.
I don't know how to find a picture of this Justin Fields man purse.
Yeah, I think that should be the topic for the next week for the Bears is where did Fields take the money from? Because it looked like a purse. It was not a wallet. It was a black purse. And he was giving kids money for chocolate or candy for whatever reason. Nice guy. Great guy. The Bears.
That's so random. If I can find a picture of this man purse, I'm gonna edit it into this.
Oh, definitely. I'll send you the video. I saw it on TikTok.
I'm putting it in because I'm gonna need it.
It was a black man purse in his lap. I mean, it was his girlfriend's, whatever. I don't know who's recording the video, but he was paying the kids for chocolate. Justin Fields, great guy. Bears should start Fields next week and for the near future. All right, moving on.
But they won't.
Moving on. The Chiefs due for a win because the Chiefs have not been the Kansas City Chiefs.
Their defense is trash.
Defense is horrendous. Offense is great. Mahomes 5 touchdowns. Tyreek Hill back on track. 186 yards, 3 touchdowns. Defeated the Eagles 42-30 in Philly. It was a close game most of the game, and then the Chiefs started pulling away. The Chiefs need to work on their defense. Tyrann Mathieu can't do everything.
I know. Yeah, their defense
horrendous.
is
you can't let Jalen Hurts do that to you. The Chiefs now move 2-2. Somehow 2-2. The expectations are going so far.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. They should have won. I mean, the Chargers are good, but they should have beat the Chargers.
No, Justin Herbert's a top 3 quarterback in the NFL. Top 3.
Yeah, no, and you're making me eat my words because I said last year that I didn't think he was going to be good. But I'm right about Trevor Lawrence.
We both agreed with Trevor Lawrence.
Because Trevor Lawrence is not going to be good. He's not going to be good as a pro quarterback.
Even my dad. Shout out to my dad. He also said Trevor Lawrence is not going to be good. I feel like there's not that many people. I didn't like him at Clemson. I thought he was good. Personally. Don't like Trevor Lawrence. For whatever reason, in my head, don't like Trevor Lawrence. I think that shifting to Hurts, I think the Eagles are going to be done with Hurts after the season if he doesn't make the playoffs or show vast improvement. because they're already starting to be impatient with Hurts.
But
And
like,
watching the Eagles, I don't watch the Eagles that much, but watching the Eagles when I'm watching the Eagles, Hurts has no time. He has no time. He's overthrowing. There's something off. I think he has the potential. It's Alabama quarterback.
I mean, but what's the difference from you saying like you think that the Dolphins are giving up on Tua too fast, but then the Eagles are giving up on Hurts too? Like they're just gonna throw.
Because the Eagles
away.
didn't give up on Hurts last year. The Dolphins, after like half the season, were like, yeah, this guy's not it. I think it was just a time thing.
But like it's still like two young quarterbacks from the same class. You got to give them some time.
It's being impatient. You know, the city of Philly can't be bad for so many years.
Well,
the fans are gonna riot.
They're bad at basketball. They're bad at.
Well, they make the playoffs in basketball.
Okay, but they don't do anything.
Well, they make. I mean, you look at other teams in basketball that's never made the playoffs, like the Pistons.
All right, fine. Okay, fine. But still, Philly. All right, they're choke artists. They can't do anything.
Their hockey team is usually a playoff contender. Last year, they did not make the playoffs.
And then this year, the Phillies were they were good, but they didn't win the division, so they didn't go anywhere.
No, the city of Philadelphia is very average people, very average food.
Wow.
Taking a step at the city of Philadelphia.
Very average people.
Very average people.
Wow. People from Philly, if you're listening to this.
Very average.
What do you think
they need
about
to shake
that?
up the city.
Average people.
They need to shake up the city, shake up something.
What about a cheesesteak?
Yeah.
Is that average?
Yeah.
I think cheesesteaks are good, right? I mean, I've never had a one from Philadelphia before.
Also, then you can compare it.
I mean, but it's definitely not mediocre.
Their sports teams are very average or below average. The Eagles.
Yeah, I just want to touch on
like
that.
Jalen Hurts.
I just want to touch on that for 1 second. Ben Simmons, what is he doing? Where is he going?
I don't know where he's going. He's getting traded. I could not tell you where. It's gonna be some random dark horse team like the Sacramento Kings or something really random.
He said he's willing to. I know this is not football, but you said Philly, and then just Ben Simmons just instantly popped into my head. He said he's like, if he doesn't get traded, he's not playing.
I could see that. I could see him holding out. He has the power. He has the money.
Anyway, we'll save that for the basketball section. If we get to that.
Coming in a couple weeks, we'll have a full on predictions and a little preview of the NBA season in a few weeks when the season starts up.
Well, the season starts in what, 2 weeks?
In a couple weeks.
Right? Yeah. It is a couple. You're right.
In a couple weeks.
Or a pair of weeks. I don't know who says that.
I actually looked up the definition of a couple over the weekend. There's nothing to do with the Eagles. A couple is 2 to 5.
A couple is 2 to 5.
When I think of couple, I think of 2.
Yeah, because like when you say you're a couple with someone, you're not like I'm with 5 people. You're with
you say
one
I'm
other
with a couple
person.
people, or if I'm with me and 2 other people, I'm with a couple people.
Okay.
Me plus a couple.
Okay. Yeah. All right. That makes sense. Okay.
Side note. All right, back to football. The Giants. Speaking of mediocre cities, New York football finally won. The Giants, who probably should have won a couple weeks ago against Washington.
And they should have beat the Falcons too, but
yeah, probably should have won a few weeks ago. Finally got their first win, a big win in New Orleans. The first game back since the hurricane. The Giants went in there and said, "I don't care."
Yeah, no remorse, man.
No remorse.
Like, no one cares about your hurricane.
The New York Football Giants did not care that your city just had a hurricane. They went in there, beat you in overtime. Saquon looked back to normal, not fully, because the past few weeks he's been doing good, but not where he's supposed to be.
That dude needs to figure it out.
Did have the game-winning touchdown.
Talk about people giving up on someone. If he doesn't like just Penn State, like
they love Saquon in New York though. The Giants organization loves Saquon. I don't know,
dude. How long can you love his freaking Cavs?
They love him. I don't think they're gonna give up on him very soon. The organization loves Saquon. Daniel Jones had 402 passing yards, 2 touchdowns, a pick. Daniel Jones had the most passing yards this week, pending Herbert and Derek Carr tonight. 402 yards. The issue with the Giants is not Daniel Jones.
It's the defense.
It's everything but Daniel Jones. It's Evan Ingram who can catch.
It's the defense. It's 100% the defense. They literally could have won last week against the Falcons. I don't remember who the defender was because I was watching on Red Zone, but the dude dropped a pass right in front of his face for an interception, and it was in the fourth quarter, I think, with like 6 minutes left, and he didn't catch it. You got to catch the ball, man.
The Giants should be a lot better than 1-3 right now.
They're a better team than 1-3.
I think they'll make a low run. I think they'll contend.
Daniel Jones is not bad. I mean, they have Saquon, whatever.
No,
He's
Danny
okay.
Dimes is a solid quarterback, and that's been proven the first 4 weeks. That's not his fault.
They're not giving Kenny Golladay any targets. I mean, I don't really know what else you could do.
Kadarius Toney, who the Giants
they're
took in
not
the first
giving,
round,
yeah,
just
they're not giving him anything either.
Name hasn't been called at all.
Poor fella.
The Giants. Well, I'm curious the Giants next month. What they're gonna. I'm curious. I am very curious. The Saints, on the other hand, had a great week 1, killed the Packers. Kind of made Rodgers decide if he wanted to stay in the franchise or not after the whole summer. Rodgers stayed. The Saints look like a mess. Winston doesn't look good anymore. Taysom Hill still wants to be the quarterback.
Looks like Winston.
Kamara looks horrible.
Winston's got to get a refund on that laser eye surgery or something. Cause
Winston had 5 touchdowns week 1, and then
clearly something went wrong in that.
He's trying to build his Hall of Fame resume week 1, and then just didn't go spend. The Saints look like a mess right now again.
Yeah, I think they should put Taysom Hill at quarterback, to be honest. I'm sorry, Jameis. Again, if you're listening, I'm sorry. Yeah, I think Taysom Hill should be the quarterback. He just, he moves better. He's a better football player.
I like Winston. I don't like Taysom Hill. I don't like how Taysom Hill doesn't have a position. It confuses me and scares me. I like
especially
Winston.
for fantasy, too.
I just don't like Taysom Hill as a person or a player. As a person, he's a nice guy. As a player, he confuses me. I don't like how he's everywhere. Winston has to do better, has to step up, or he will lose the job. Sean Payton will give up on Winston very quickly. He doesn't start stepping up.
Man.
Alvin Kamara is also saying that he needs to step up. He has been doing nothing the first 4 weeks. His explosive, coming out of the backfield, catching passes has not been where he's been the past couple of years. And I think the Saints need to figure it out.
I think we should make this a recurring segment where Riley talks about what athlete he doesn't like as a person. So that's 2 people this week you don't like as a person. Or no, you don't like Kirk Cousins as a football player.
No, Kirk Cousins as a
you
football
like him
player
as
is
a man.
horrible.
You say he's a good father.
Kirk Cousins as a person is great. Genuine guy. Would shake his hand, would ask for a picture.
Yeah.
Would have a conversation with him. As a quarterback, I would not root for him.
Okay.
I just don't think he's good.
You don't like Taysom Hill at all, player or person. He's just
player. If you
scum of the earth, he's done.
Player confuses me because he can catch, he can throw, he might run, he might do whatever he wants. He might kick the ball if he wants to.
So person, you don't like him.
Person, he's okay. Player confuses me. Don't like it.
Like if you saw Taysom Hill just walk into the street,
I would point out that it's Taysom Hill. I would not ask to shake his hand.
You would
for a photo.
just spit on his shoes or
I wouldn't
his cleats.
spit. I just wouldn't acknowledge him.
Really? Wow.
I would notice him and be like, "That's Taysom Hill."
Huh.
Wouldn't acknowledge him. Would rather talk to Jameis Winston or the third string Ian Book.
Interesting. Okay. Well, let's try to get Taysom Hill on the show.
I have a few questions for you.
That'd be awesome. Could you imagine? You would be shaking if he walked in. You'd probably be like, "I'm sorry, Mr. Hill. I didn't mean to."
No, I would not. I would not kiss up Taysom Hill because he walked into the studio.
Yeah, but I
would question why he's not practicing and why he's in Cobleskill right now on this podcast and not practicing with the Saints.
Yeah. All right, good point. Yeah, there's no reason for him to be here.
No reason for Taysom Hill to be here.
Maybe we'll try to get him in the offseason when the Saints don't make the playoffs.
All
right. Is that all the football we have?
We still have a few more games to cover. A few good ones, actually. This one's going to be quick. The Washington football team beat the Falcons 34-30. The one thing I want to talk about the Falcons is Cordell Patterson's been looking really good the first few weeks. He had 34 rushing yards, 82 receiving yards, and 3 touchdowns, and he's been on fire the past few weeks.
Yeah.
He's been bouncing around the last few years. He was 2013 draft pick from the Vikings. He was on the Vikings. He was on the Bears. Now he's on the Falcons. He's been doing great. One of the highlights for this Falcon team. I also like Kyle Pitts as tight end.
Yeah, he's good. I have him on my fantasy team. They need to give him the ball more.
Matt Ryan might need to hang it up in the next few years. He's been looking very average, which I like Matt Ryan. The Falcons have been a joke, though, ever since the last Super Bowl. Blowing leads, doing all that. Washington, just a very average team. I liked Tyler Heineke. He made a great throw to Terry McLaurin. Great throw.
Scary Terry.
I like Scary Terry. I like Ron Rivera.
I like Antonio Gibson, too. He's good.
I like Washington's team. I like Chase Young. I think they could pull some stuff together like they did this week, coming back and beating the Falcons. I think they could maybe sneak into a wild card, maybe win the division. It depends on Dallas. Really nothing else from this game.
I mean, Ron Rivera is a man I would shake hands with.
Yeah,
like
cancer survivor.
That is a very respectable
cancer
man.
Cancer survivor, great man, great leader. I like Ron Rivera.
Yeah, Dwayne Haskins, what a
Dwayne Haskins a mess, but I think he might start for the Steelers in a few weeks. So.
You think?
Big Ben's old. We can get right to that game. Big Ben.
But it's
this week.
But it's skinny Ben. It's fit Ben.
Big Ben. Just hang it up. He looks old. He looks old.
There's actually a clip of Juju sitting on the bench and
he was mad.
He was like he said that's a Ben problem or something like that.
No, Big Ben can't move. He can't throw.
Damn. Man, we should get Ben Roethlisberger on here too.
He can because he's not gonna have a job.
He would scare you because that's a big dude.
No, he's a big guy.
He would scare you.
I think if I met Big Ben in a setting that's not this, I would shake his hand. He had a great career, Big Ben.
All right. Anyway, we have approximately like 30 minutes left, so we should probably get to baseball.
I'll sum up the last few games quickly.
Okay. Yeah, you
Packers
take
beat
it away.
the Steelers
Take it away.
27-17. Rodgers is looking better since his Week 1 fiasco against the Saints. Najee Harris for the Steelers at 62 rushing yards and no touchdown. He's been doing what he's supposed to do as a rookie running back. Last few games, the Cowboys beat the Panthers 36-28.
Can we stop for a sec?
Yeah.
The Panthers are legit.
They lost, but they're legit. Sam Darnold.
Okay, yeah, I know, but they're legit.
Sam Darnold had 301 passing yards, 2 touchdowns. He did have 2 interceptions. He did have 2 rushing touchdowns.
DJ Moore is good. He's very good. He's very underrated.
Sam Darnold can run. For some weird reason, Sam Darnold can run.
The Panthers are legit. That's all I have to say.
Panthers are legit. I'm going to say it. I think the Cowboys are legit. Prescott looked very good, especially coming back off his injury. He had 4 touchdowns.
Yeah, he's another dude that doesn't look like afraid. I mean, maybe a little.
No, he looks very confident. He's like, if I get injured again, I'm done, but I'm going to at least try my hardest. And if I go down, I go down.
Every time he gets sacked, though, you're like, oh my God, like, is he done? Like, is he dead? Is he good? Like
100%. We had 2 3-0 teams yesterday. The Rams lost a horrible game that didn't even play it.
My condolences. Yeah,
the Cardinals lost 37. The Cardinals won 37-20. Stafford looked completely off.
What's
overthrowing
funny?
Cooper Cup, underthrowing Cooper Cup. Couldn't hit his targets.
Maybe they didn't have breakfast. That's probably why they didn't have breakfast.
Yes, Cooper Cup and Matthew Stafford have been known to having 2-hour breakfasts every morning. No, Stafford looked really bad. The Rams are still on their high horse from last week.
You know what's funny is that I was talking to my dad this weekend and on the ride home, and I was telling him, I was like, I'm really considering starting Matthew Stafford this week. And he goes, yeah, you should. He goes, do it. He's like, especially after last week with Mahomes and lost it, you should start Stafford. I'm really glad I didn't.
No,
he gave me 11 points.
Stafford this week, he looked so bad. I don't know what happened. He looked completely off. The defense, Matt Gay missing a very close field goal. The whole team looked out of sorts. It was not like them.
I'm so glad I didn't listen to my dad.
Kyler Murray.
No offense, but I didn't listen to my dad's advice. No offense, Dad. If you're watching, I'm sorry, but I'm glad I did not start Matthew Stafford.
It's true. I don't blame you.
I just hit them.
Kyler Murray continues MVP campaign. 268 passing yards, 2 touchdowns. He ran 39 yards. Back at NFC West, the Seahawks beat the Niners. Garoppolo got injured. Trey Lance had to come in. Seahawks won 28-21. Wilson had 149 yards, 2 touchdowns, and a rushing touchdown. The only highlight for the Niners was Deebo Samuel, 156 yards and 2 touchdowns. He had a great game. Garoppolo went down. I see Trey Lance starting next week with Garoppolo getting back to health. And the last game from Sunday was the Ravens defeating the Broncos 20-37. Bridgewater got hurt. Drew Lock came in. Lamar had 316 passing yards on a touchdown. Only had 28 rushing yards. He passed a lot. And it wasn't really that good of a game.
And the week's not over, though. You still have Chargers-Raiders tonight. And Raiders are looking to go 4-0.
I think the Chargers are going to win. Justin Herbert's a top 3 quarterback in the NFL.
I hope the Chargers win. For some reason, Derek Carr just looks like a mean guy.
No, yeah, he does. I love John Gruden, though. John Gruden's my favorite coach in the NFL. I think he's a great guy. He's a great coach.
If you saw Derek Carr on the street and you asked him for money, he'd probably just spit in your face.
No, Derek Carr looks like a mean guy.
Yeah,
he looks like genuine, but apparently he's a really nice guy. He went to Fresno State.
What does that have to do with anything?
2014 draft pick. He's been around the league for 7 years.
What does Fresno State have to do with anything about his personality?
I was just, talking about Derek Carr. Give me a little background.
Okay. All right. We're going to move away from the Derek Carr.
Okay. I guess maybe it's college is too much.
Yeah. I don't know. It's just so random.
I don't know. Just a little background information.
Anyway, let's move on to baseball.
All right.
Oh man. Well, I hope the Yankees lose on Tuesday.
I think they have a weird team this year. I think they'll beat Boston and get killed by Tampa. I think they'll go in the Fenway with Cole. I think they'll win. And I want them to win.
God,
I think they'll win.
I really hope they lose. I just don't like the Yankees. They're a bunch of frauds.
I don't like the Yankees either. I think they'll go into Boston and beat the Red Sox, though. And the Red Sox are not impressing me as a team. They've looked very unorganized the past couple months, honestly, and they kind of snuck their way into the playoffs in a way.
Yeah, I mean they were top of that division for a long time, and then just like the Mets, they were on top of the division for a long time, and then just out of nowhere fell apart.
Hey, Rojas isn't coming back.
No, thank God. He sucks.
He's a terrible manager. I just think he was too quiet in the locker room.
Yeah, he didn't. He just didn't motivate anyone. He got into some arguments with umps, but
he seemed like a genuine quiet guy, which is not you need as a coach in professional sports.
You need someone like Joe Madden or something, like someone like that.
Well, Joe Madden's a little busy.
Yeah,
but yeah,
I know.
They need a leader, and I think they have the money. I think they'll hire the best person possible. I think Steve Cohen will take care of that.
I have no faith in that guy.
I like Steve Cohen.
I don't have any faith.
It's only been the first year. It was a trial and error. You gotta see what worked and didn't work.
He just didn't do enough at the trade deadline. He really should have done more.
Because they were worried about DeGrom. They didn't know if DeGrom was coming back or not. It really depended on that.
His career's done.
I don't think his career's done. He'll be back.
Yeah, I don't know.
He has a very long offseason now to rehab.
I don't know. I just as a Mets fan, I'm just gonna obviously think of the worst, and I think his career's over. Coming out of this, out of a start 4 times in one season. And then he's probably going to get surgery on his arm. I don't know. I don't see him coming back. All right. I don't think his career's over, but I don't see him coming back and he's throwing consistent one-on-one fastballs again.
I think he'll be back. I just don't know how healthy he'll be.
I think he may have a Syndergaard return where his velocity goes down significantly. Maybe he's in the 95s. Maybe.
Yeah, it's something definitely to keep our eye on. Just DeGrom next season.
Especially me, because I love DeGrom. He's the best pitcher in baseball. There's no debate. He's the best pitcher in baseball. Even when he's not. Whatever. Even when he's not pitching, he's still the best. He's the best pitcher this season, by far.
No, he's not going to Cy Young.
I know.
So he's not the best pitcher in baseball.
To me, he's the best pitcher in baseball. Nobody could touch him.
And he was healthy, and he blew a gasket.
Anyway.
So that's AL wildcard. NL wildcards, the Dodgers taking on the Cardinals. I'm a Dodger fan. I was really happy with the season, 105 wins. The 8-year reign of NL West had to come to an end. We'll talk about the Giants in a couple minutes. Scherzer's mad. He's very mad. Trey Turner told us after the game yesterday that Max Scherzer is very mad. And I think the Dodgers should handle the Cardinals quietly. Wednesday night in LA.
I don't know. I think the Dodgers will win. But the Cardinals are hot.
They are hot, but they cooled down the past week, which is good for us because they were very hot in the middle of September. Muncy is not playing the wild card. He's not going to play next series if he advances as well. He got hurt yesterday with sand. So Pujols or Matt Beaty will be playing first for the game. I think the Dodgers will handle the Cardinals in LA. I think Scherzer will have a dominant performance. Scherzer is 7-0 with a 1.8 ERA since becoming a Dodger. And I just don't see them losing to the Cardinals.
I don't either. I think it'll be a good game. I don't think it's gonna be a blowout.
No, there's really never blowouts in playoff baseball.
Yeah, besides the what was it? The NLCS. The game that
we scored 11 in the first inning.
No. No. The game where oh my gosh. Who hit the grand slam off of was it Joe Kelly? Was it Rendon that hit it? Or Adam Eaton?
I don't know what you're talking about.
When they played the Nationals.
The Dodgers?
Yes. When the Nationals
Kendrick?
won the World Series.
Howie Kendrick?
Howie Kendrick, yes. That was a high scoring game.
Yeah, it wasn't a blowout though. It was just a lot high. It was just very high scoring.
That was a high scoring game.
No, high scoring games are really not that common in playoff baseball. It's 3-1s, 3-2s, 4-2. So that's the wild card, and then the set series we have right now are the Braves taking on the Brewers. The series was 3-3 this regular season between those two. Again, the Braves don't have Acuna, they don't have Soroka, they don't have Zuna, they don't have Darno.
I'm taking the Brewers.
I think the Brewers were 1-2. The Brewers had Brandon Woodruff. They had Burns. They don't have Devin Williams, so he broke his hand punching. He got drunk after the champagne and punched the wall for some reason.
Yeah, that's terrible because he's one of their best bullpen arms. I mean, he is.
I think
very good.
I think the Brewers will beat the Braves. I think the Braves just don't. They have, Charlie Morton going game 1, then they have Max Fried for game 2, but I just think the Brewers have a better pitching. And right now, the Brewers have better hitting. When the Braves get healthy next year, when Acuna comes back, I think the Braves will be better. But right now, I think the Brewers will handle the Braves with ease.
I mean, the Braves, obviously, they won the worst division in baseball. Actually, no, it's not true. Is it true? Is the NL East the worst division in baseball?
NL East was the worst division in baseball.
Yeah, right? Okay. Yeah, we can agree on that. Yeah. So it's not really that hard. I don't know. I think the Braves are okay, but still I think, the Brewers are just astronomically better. And Willie Adames, too, just out of nowhere, just became, one of the best shortstops after struggling so bad on the Rays. And then they traded him so they could bring up Wander, which... That was weird. That was a weird trade because they traded him and then they had someone else playing short for a while until they brought up Wander Franco. I don't know why they did that, but
Wander Franco is a very good talent in baseball.
Yeah,
he had his streak ended last week of 43 games of getting on base, and we can talk about the Rays for a second. The Rays added Nelson Cruz and Wander Franco and basically got rid of Willie Adames and Hunter Renfroe this year. I like Cruz. I like Franco. The Rays made it to the World Series last year, lost to the Dodgers. I think they'll be back. They did lose pitching, though. They lost Glasnow to Tommy John. They lost...
because he can't cheat.
They lost Blake Snell. They lost Charlie Morton. They lost all those guys, and they still won the AL East. And AL East is a tough division with the Yankees, Red Sox. The Blue Jays are right there, one game out.
I know. Poor Blue Jays, man.
I like the Blue Jays. I don't really know anyone who doesn't like the Blue Jays. The Blue Jays are a very likable team. Yeah, Vlad and Bichette.
Yeah, there's nothing not to like about those guys.
No, they're just a team from up north. They're not bothering anyone.
I don't know, except maybe George Springer. You're still on the whole cheating.
George Springer is a cheater. The entire team is cheaters. I do not like the Houston Astros. George Springer cheated. Bergman cheated. Altuve cheated. They all cheated. Yeah, they're all cheaters.
All right.
I think the Rays will make a deep playoff run. Brandon Lowe had 39 home runs. Led the team this year. I don't see them losing to the Red Sox or the Yankees. And whoever they play in the next series, I think they should beat.
I'll say I can see the Red Sox. I want the Red Sox to win just because I don't like the Yankees. And I'm sick of every single year, everyone on Instagram, just their stories of the chase for 28, this and that. Oh, my God, enough. No one cares. And they never get it done. Every year, they never get it done. Because they're choke artists. But yeah, I hope they lose. I can see the Red Sox winning. I mean, all they know how to do is hit. Their pitching is pretty bad. They do have Evaldi going, which I think is... I think it was a bad move. I think they should have pitched Evaldi in last night's game, and they should have saved Chris Sale.
Yeah, but I think their main goal was just to get in. Then they could worry about
I guess. I think they should have saved Chris Sale. I know he's back. He came back mid to end late season, but I think they should have thrown Chris Sale.
I think a lot of these teams though they just want to get in first and not worry. That's what the Dodgers did. If the Giants lost yesterday and the Dodgers won, which the Dodgers did, it would have been probably Scherzer for tonight, Urias for the next game, because literally their goal is just to get in, then worry about who's pitching.
The game's tonight.
No, there would have been game 163.
Oh, okay.
If Giants
I was going to say, that game's tonight. I didn't know that.
No. The Yankees start tomorrow. Yankees play tomorrow, and then the Dodgers play Wednesday.
Yeah, I'll definitely be watching that 100% watching the Yankee-Red Sox game. Because I'm a big Red Sox fan tomorrow night.
Yeah, no, I hope Boston wins. But we'll see. Another series in AL is the Astros taking on the White Sox. The season series was 5-2 Houston. The White Sox, though, are kind of the up-and-coming team this year. They're young. Now they're healthy. Robert's healthy. Eloy's healthy. Grandal's healthy.
I like the White Sox.
I like the White Sox, too. I don't like Tony La Russa. I think he's a weird, really odd guy. Really weird old man.
Yeah, he is a weird-looking dude.
Not
White
looking.
Sox.
I mean, I don't want to make fun of the guy's looks. He's just the way he handles his club and the whole Yerman Mercedes controversy over this summer.
Oh, my God, I know. Poor guy.
Yeah, no, he hasn't been the same.
I like the White Sox. I like Tim Anderson a lot.
I like Tim Anderson. I like Jose Abreu.
Yeah, I like Luis Robert a lot. Jimenez is outstanding.
I like the White Sox pitching. You got Lance Lynn, you got Giolito, you got Rodon, you got Dylan Cease. They have solid pitching. I could see the White Sox making a run. I think it'll be White Sox or Rays in the AL. I don't know who. That'll come down to that'd be a Game 6, Game 7.
If it comes down to White Sox, Rays, I'm gonna go with the Rays.
I think the Rays has been there. That's the only thing. The White Sox don't have the experience. That's the only thing I think that will help them.
Well, we gotta start wrapping it up a little bit here. So what else do we got? I believe that's it, right, for baseball?
Yeah, I think that's it.
I guess we can move into we could move into early game NBA season predictions.
We could. How much time do we have left?
About 15 minutes.
Okay.
So, all right. We'll start with, who do you think is going to win the East this year?
If healthy, Brooklyn's going to win the East. If healthy. It's a big if. If healthy.
Okay, yeah. That was going to be my reason why they don't win. Because one, Kyrie's a nutcase.
I don't even know if Kyrie's going to be playing in Brooklyn, so.
Kyrie's a nutcase. I wouldn't want him on my team ever. That dude is an absolute headache of a player. That is one guy I don't like as a player or a person. He's just annoying.
I like Kyrie.
Nah.
He's a weird guy.
He just like attracts too much unneeded attention. And he's, for a dude that's always like, I want my privacy and this and that, he's always in the media.
Yeah, but I don't think he wants to be in the media. It's like he's a private guy and the media just
but
takes him and rips him apart.
And then James Harden, I don't know, that dude, his leg is like, I don't know how messed up his leg is or his calf, whatever his injury was. If he's not 100%, nah, they're not winning.
Yeah, it just depends if they're healthy.
Yeah, I mean,
it really just comes down to if they're healthy.
Their off-season pickups were, Javon Carter. They got Sekou.
Who's not going to play?
Yeah, probably not. He's probably not going to play. And there wasn't really anyone else, I don't think.
That's all they didn't need.
I have to go back.
They didn't need anyone.
No. I think the East, I'm a Bucks fan, but I want to say they can win the East again, mainly because they didn't switch up anything. They kept the same team, except I'm pretty sure they're not re-signing Bryn Forbes, so that's not a big deal. But they signed Rodney Hood, who is very good. He's a very good 3-and-D guy. I think the Bucks can win the East again. I think they can win the whole thing again. It just depends on who they play in the West. Because if they play the Suns again, I think it's gonna be tough.
The Suns are making it.
They might.
It's gonna be one of the. It has to be one of the LA. It has to be a team
It's
from
not
California.
gonna be the Lakers.
It's gonna be a team from California.
It's
gonna be Golden State or the Lakers or the Clippers.
It's not gonna be the Lakers.
It's one of those prove everyone wrong years for the Lakers.
No chance. I don't like the
healthy
Lakers
LeBron, healthy AD. Monk looked. I mean, it was preseason. No one played, but Monk made all his shots yesterday. He looked really good yesterday. Malik Monk. Kendrick Nunn's very good.
No,
Melo proved that he's not done yet. Melo hasn't been bad. He wasn't bad in Portland. He's proven that he still can play. Dwight Howard can still play.
In the West, I like coming out of the West either Phoenix or Denver. If Jamal Murray is 100%, I think Denver can win.
I think the Suns are have low. The Suns will make the playoffs. I don't think they're going to do as good as people think. I think the finals loss is going to really impact them. Especially Chris Paul.
Yeah, I also don't think they should just re-sign Chris Paul. I think they should just let him walk.
The real narrative of Chris Paul really shifted throughout the finals.
I know.
It was really crazy to watch. Everyone love him and him being a hero to like.
Chris Paul, you suck.
It's time for Giannis to get his ring.
Yeah.
Chris Paul, you tried the first couple of games, but it's really over.
I know. It was like Chris
That's
Paul.
One of the biggest narrative.
One
of the biggest narrative switches I've ever seen.
How can you hate Chris Paul, man? And then Chris Paul sucks. Like, what a bum. Like, come on.
100%.
I mean, he is overrated. He is overrated.
He's a Hall of Famer. He's a Hall of Famer. I like Chris Paul. I think he's good. The finals was very weird for him, though. At one point, he looked very good, and at some points, looked horrendous.
I don't know what his deal was. I don't know why. There's a lot of times in that finals where they just stopped giving the ball to Devin Booker.
The Suns will take a. They're gonna take a little step back this year.
Yeah, I think so. But no, I like Denver a lot. Jokic is the best center in the league. I think if Jamal Murray is 100%, I like Denver. I really like Denver.
Then Denver's going to be a top 4 team. Top 3 team.
Plus, they re-signed Aaron Gordon, who really didn't make that much of a difference last year. Maybe because he was still trying to figure things out. I don't know. But still, I think they kept the team the same, which is like the Bucks. They kept most of the team the same. I think the Nuggets' success depends on Jamal Murray.
I agree with that. I like Jamal Murray. I think the Nuggets will be a force to reckon with in the West. I still think the Lakers will take it if everyone's healthy. This league is very turned into whoever's healthy is going to win. Unfortunately, that's what it's turned into.
When you say California teams, I'm gonna say the Clippers are out.
I think it's gonna be the Clippers, Lakers, or Warriors.
I'm gonna say right now.
I hope the Clippers don't win.
I think the Clippers are out. I mean, Kawhi's messed up his knee. I think the Clippers are out.
I hope the Clippers are out. I hate the Clippers.
I know you.
I hate the Clippers.
I can tell.
I hope they lose.
Tell us more how much you hate the Clippers. How much do you hate the Clippers, Riley?
I don't like the owner. I don't like Steve Ballmer. I think he's a weirdo. I don't like him.
Oh my God, he's one video.
He's a freak.
I'm not gonna say it on here because this is gonna be uploaded to our school channel. But that video is.
He's a very.
You know what video I'm talking about, right?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. That's a weird dude.
I'm glad the Clippers are leaving Staples Center. They're not taking anything with them. They haven't won anything.
Like, what a waste. Like, why? Like, how many more arenas does California need?
No, I think they're done after this. There's really everyone else has a home.
Where do they just get?
I know the Athletics need a home.
Where are they even building this arena?
Inglewood.
Oh, okay.
So it's to be near the Rams and Chargers.
Oh man, how many more arenas do they need? It's crazy.
Well, the Clippers have been trying to go for a long time, because they don't like staring at the Staples Center with the Lakers because it's shadowing. You have the Lakers banners everywhere, and the Clippers got nothing.
I mean, yeah, but if you're the Clippers, that's your fault.
Yeah, no, I would not want to share an arena with a team that's franchise-wise just 100% better.
Clippers, that's your own fault. You had so many opportunities with Chris Paul, Blake Griffin, J.J. Redick, Jamal Crawford, DeAndre Jordan. You had so many opportunities to win the West, and they did not.
It's true.
They choked.
It's true.
Absolutely choked.
100%.
There's no... How does that team not win anything? I know the Spurs were the Spurs, but how do you not win anything with that team?
No, it's actually crazy.
You had Chris Paul, Blake Griffin, J.J. Redick, Jamal Crawford.
When they were good, because right now all these players are signed.
It's mind blowing how they didn't even make it to Did they make it to the Western Conference Final? No, they didn't, because this year was Chris Paul's first Western Conference Finals. They didn't even make it to the Western Finals.
No, they'd be in nowhere.
Yikes!
Big yikes.
That's scary.
Yeah.
Well,
I'm
pretty sure that's all we got.
Yeah, I think that's everything.
This is just a little test episode, but
yeah,
I think it went pretty well.
I think it's good. So we should close off.
If it went pretty well, you should let us know in the comments because there is a comment section. So I think that's very good advice. But if you guys like the episode, leave a like. You should subscribe to the YouTube channel, and you should follow SUNY Cobleskill on Instagram and add them on Facebook too. I don't know if it's adding or friending on Facebook. I don't know what it is these days because I don't use Facebook. But that's what you should do. Visit the website. Visit the communications program. You should come here. You can do stuff like this on your own with help, obviously, because we have help. We're not doing this by ourselves. But yeah, that is why you should come here. It's a lot of fun. Thank you for watching. We appreciate it. I hope this first episode is good, and we hope to have many more to come.
All right. Thank you.